Okay, so the purpose of this short video is to talk about one of the ways that we can manually download data off of a cellular tracking technology sensor station. This is a version 2 of the board, so this method really only pertains to that. It's likely to work for a version 3 of the board and also version 1, but I'm specifically working with a version 2 board here. If you're interested in which version you have, you can check the lower left corner of your SensorStation board. There's a label here that tells you the version and also the serial number or the station ID of the board. If you don't have that label, it's probably a version 1 of the SensorStation. We need a couple of accessories for this particular mode of data download, which is using the web interface and the Ethernet connection. So we need a couple of these Ethernet to USB adapters. One is going to connect to the SensorStation board, the other is going to connect to our computer or laptop. And then we need a short section of networking cable to make that connection. We have power to our SensorStation board. The switch is off, so we don't have power yet. But before I turn it on, I'm going to go ahead and make these connections. So you can use any USB port you wish for the adapter, any open port. Make the connection with your Ethernet cable. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other end. Connect the Ethernet cable to your adapter, and then that will go into my laptop off screen here. And once that connection is made, go ahead and power up the device. I believe you can make this connection if the device is already on. I think it will set up that network successfully. I'm going to raise the board here for closer inspection. So we have our LCD screen here. As the machine is booting, this will eventually load into the home screen for the SensorStation, give us our menus to navigate. That shouldn't take long. Once that home menu loads, we're going to use these up, down, back, and select buttons over here to the right of the screen to navigate and enter the menus. Alright, so we have successfully loaded the SensorStation. We should see activity on our Ethernet port between the two devices, suggesting there's a connection. We're going to check for that connection. We're going to navigate into the network menu here. So use the down button to move the arrow to the network. Hit select to enter that. And then of particular interest for this type of data download is the IP address. So navigate to IP address and enter that menu. This is the address that the SensorStation has set up between itself and the computer, my laptop. So now, to access the web interface for the SensorStation and to download data, we need to open a web browser to this address. So I'm going to switch to a web browser. This is Google Chrome. Should work on any web browser, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Safari. And then we navigate to that network address in the address bar. 169.254, that is correct. So once we've entered that address, it will have connected to the web interface of the SensorStation. So lots of information displayed here, diagnostics, etc. But we're particularly interested in data download, so we're going to scroll down to the data management section of the web interface. And we have two sections of interest. We have the 434 megahertz CTT tag data section and the 166 megahertz nano tag data. You'll need one or both of these depending on how you've set up your station. If you're using FunCubes or another RTL SDR dongle and antennas on 166 megahertz on your station, you'll definitely need to download the nanotag data, and if you're connected to the integrated 434 megahertz receivers, you'll be interested in the CTT tag data. The approach is the same for both. You're going to select the download data not yet uploaded or not uploaded button, and when you do that for each, it will download a zipped file to your machine that contains the data. So depending on how long your machine has been operational without a data download, this could happen very quickly, as in this example. I have very little data on board. Whereas if your machine has been running for months on end without a data download, it could take considerably longer to generate that zip file. So if you click the download button and nothing seems to happen, just wait a moment or two. If there's a lot of data, it could take a minute or more to generate and download the zip file. You'll do that for both the nanotag data and the CTT data, and once those are downloaded to your machine, they are ready to be uploaded into your Modus project on the Modus website. That is all there is to the data download using the Ethernet manual approach on the SensorStation.